Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Heard live on News Talk 99.5 WRNO and the iHeartRadio app. Here are your hosts, Brian Held and D. Squared.
Greetings, people of Earth. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared with
Brian Held.
Brian Held. You sound a little hoarse there, buddy.
Man, look, I am wore out. First off, out of the gate, big thanks to the staff and volunteers over at MechaCon. That's where we were all weekend long, hanging out with fans, meeting tons of new friends, and just having a great time. I also stopped by Baby Cakes Field Saturday night for the Harry Potter night, and that was super cool. And we went to the Harry Potter birthday bash at Twist and Lime Saturday night for 2 Minute Cage. So,
wow, you've been a busy little beaver, ain't you, pal?
yes, and I'm wore out for it. But,
All right, well, let's set up the show. As always, we'll start off with top nerd news, and we fired Skungy's ass, so no Skungy today.
There is no Skungy today, but he is wore out. He's been running
What?
the GameStop
You're
booth.
here?
Well, you know.
Screw him.
I'm dedicated.
Yeah, that's why he's fired.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have Suzaku 7 in the building.
Yes, absolutely. Dreux Blalock and Megan Geeck with Suzaku 7 and the Futurenauts and a bunch of other different bands here locally are going to talk about some special stuff that they're working on very soon. So, like August 9th.
Ooh,
Yes.
so that's soon.
That's
and
very
as
soon.
always, we'll close out the show with This Week in Geek History. But first... And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by the Viridian Tea Company. Find them on Etsy. And now, your top nerd news stories. All right, Brian. So, apparently, this is something you wanted to start off with. I don't really care.
Well, Marvel fans the world over care.
No, they don't.
Yes,
No, they
that
really don't.
Disney dropped $71.3 billion to merge with Fox.
Oh, I'm sorry, what? Are you talking?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. That's
Okay.
big news, Dave. I mean, finally,
Yes.
the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, mutants everywhere will be reunited with the larger MCU. It's going to be wonderful.
All right, let's check in with NBC.
Disney and Fox shareholders agreed to a $71 billion deal with Disney purchasing many of Fox's assets, including that company's rights to the X-Men. The Marvel Studios president said he was waiting for the merger to be complete so he can move forward with X-Men and Fantastic Four characters. Disney will not get the Fox sports stations, however. Federal regulators insist that it not be part of the deal since Disney owns ESPN. John Jeffries, NBC News Radio.
They don't own my ass.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
But no, I mean, all right. So he was waiting for the merger to come complete so that he could worry about the X-Men and the
Well,
fan force stick.
Well, yes, until the ink was dry, they can't, start making
Technically,
plans.
the ink is not dry.
Well.
The shareholders approved it. So this is why I'm kind of ho-hum on the whole big deal. And also, I could give two craps about him wanting to bring back the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. I'm done with the Fantastic Four. I'm done. I'm just done.
It's Marvel's first family.
I don't care.
All right.
I could care less.
Well, what about the X-Men?
They've destroyed that. I don't know if it was Sony's plan from the get-go because
Wait, Sony owns Spider-Man.
Whatever, whoever the hell it was, whoever did Fantastic Four.
Fox, yeah,
screw them too. But still, they, I honestly read something on the intranets where that last one, the reboot, they wanted to be a flaming turd because they wanted to stick it to Disney before they walked out the door on it.
Well, and Marvel
and there's a lot to back that theory up.
Well, and Marvel was kind of playing hardball too, where they completely axed the Fantastic Four and the comic book lines in order to kind of not have that out there. So yeah, it's all kind of ugly. But now look, they're all back together.
Who cares?
I
don't want to see any more X-Men movies. No, all right, Mister, I need something new from Hollywood. I need some new ideas. You want to see the old rehashed freaking X-Men now? You want 8 more years of Logan?
What about X-Force? What about the New Mutants?
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares? We haven't seen those guys yet.
Then they're going to have to remake all the X-Men to set the table for X-Force.
No.
Let's do Deadpool's X-Force.
Yes, exactly. You
Okay, see, that's new. Screw the X-Men, though. Screw the Fantastic Four. I don't need them.
But that merger was necessary in order to get Deadpool's X-Force into the MCU.
I'm pretty sure they could have wrangled something. I mean, they could have called it Y-Force. It's Deadpool. What does it matter? The D-Force. Space Force?
Well, Fox owned Deadpool as well. It was like,
What does it matter, though? I mean, no, I'm not trying to be antagonistic towards you for once. But honestly, tell me why you want to see more of the Fantastic Four, why you want to see more X-Men, because we've seen it. I don't care if Marvel's making a brand new one. Why do you want to see this? You're always going on about how you want something new from Hollywood.
You're absolutely right. And I listed like 3 different properties that were new, that were mutants, that we needed those properties from Fox in order to be able to pursue that under the MCU banner.
I'm still waiting.
New Mutants, X-Force.
Then they're gonna have to set the table, which means because everything that's been set up with Logan and Wolverine, all that crap, it's got to be blown up. They're not going to make it part of the Marvel universe. They're going to disown it.
No, they're not going to disown it. Are you
My
crazy?
ass, they're not.
No. Well, let's pick that up down the road when
we got tons of time. Skungy's got fired. We got time.
All right. Well, I don't think that they're going to discount all. Now they own all that stuff. They can continue the stories with other mutants that we haven't seen yet. The table's already been set. Ugh. It's not like friggin' they're taking a page out of Warner Brothers' book and rehashing the Batman origin for the 5th time.
Well, right.
I mean, they actually know how to make good comic book movies.
Oh, my God. You're such an a-hole.
I'm not.
I mean, now you're just like, that's your default setting, bash DC?
No.
That's what you're doing. You're trying to just bash DC. You're changing the topic.
I'm not changing the topic.
Now you're about to change the topic because you want to go to the next one.
Well, I do, because we
got tons of time, but fine. If you want to admit that you lost this argument, let's go to the next one.
I gave you multiple properties that we have. 3.
New Mutants and X-Force and some other rando.
Right.
Woo.
We haven't seen those stories. You don't necessarily have to set you don't have to reset the entire X-Men
Do we really
clock.
need those stories? Do we really?
Sure. I want to see Cannonball and Wolfsbane and Sunspot and those New Mutants.
Oh my God! Oh, I'm gonna turn this up. Talk.
What is it?
What do you say?
No,
Submariner.
Namor.
Yeah.
God.
Right.
Maybe I might be down with that.
Okay, that was all part of Fantastic Four, right? All part of that property. Galactus, the Silver Surfer, right?
If they make me a Doom movie, then I will take all of this back.
Okay.
If they make me a Doctor Doom movie, then
that's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it doesn't have to be good. It's just got to be new, Brian.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. All right.
Fine.
Since we're under the Disney banner.
M-I-C.
Right.
K-E-Y.
Londo, Luke, and Leia in episode 9.
And she's going to be CGI.
No, she's not.
Oh, I read that wrong.
You did read that wrong.
I know.
Yes. No, they're going to use unused footage from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in order to bring Carrie Fisher into episode 9.
What unnerves me so about this entire movie, what really makes me scared, and I'm really beginning to doubt that the House of the Mouse has a friggin' clue what it's doing, is that they really don't know where they're going with this movie. I mean, their one statement where it's like, we could not find a way to make bring the Skywalker saga to an end without her in it. While that sounds great on its face, it means they still have no clue what the story is going to be. They have no idea what 9 was going to be. When they wrote 7, they had no clue what 8 or 9 was going to be. Oh. So your girl who's running Disney right now, what's her name?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, fire her ass.
Well, there's a lot of people who want to fire her.
Ass.
And there's people out there who want to bring Dave Filoni, who worked on the Clone Wars, in to run Lucasfilm, which is fantastic. I'm 100% behind that because he gets it. He understands. But you're right. Well, I won't say that they didn't know what was going on. They just didn't plan for Carrie Fisher to die, right? I mean, 9 was written. They had a plan. It was, we're going to close out Han in 7. We're going to close out Luke in 8, and we're going to close out Carrie in 9. And yet she died prematurely, and here we are.
Yeah.
So they're having to go back, and write a new playbook for this. And yeah, I do have concerns. And so many fans were so outraged by 8,
Well, and that's the thing. I think they keep changing it. They keep moving the goalposts because, they don't know really what they want to do because they're always getting backlash or something. But the one good thing that did come out of it was not just the CGI, but that they're not going to recast her. Can you imagine? Let's just say whoever the hell they were gonna. I can't remember her name, but they were gonna cast
Meryl
her.
Streep.
There you go. Thank you. They were gonna cast her. Imagine, Carrie Fisher as Leia Organa Solo, and then Meryl Streep as Princess Leia. I mean, it would be an asterisk Leia. It'd be like hashtag not my Leia. Oh my God, it would be an entire thing. Hashtag not my Leia. I'm going to start that trending right now. Continue. I'm going to be tweeting.
The outrage would write itself, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be a very tough pill to swallow if we had anyone else but Carrie Fisher playing that part. So, yeah, you're right.
Wait, say that again? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I heard that. I heard you say it. You said, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
I love that
All
sound.
right. Jeez, Dave.
It's the small things in life. All right, what's next? Movie Pass. Holy crap. Do you have Movie Pass?
I do not. I just go to the, AMC app and buy my advance tickets so I can...
Like a month in advance? Like a total anal retentive person that you are?
I want particular seats, Dave.
Yes, very particular apparently. And then you didn't even get them last time.
Did I not get them?
You did not. You were slightly left of center and very unhappy about it.
Yeah, well,
It does happen. But no, apparently they ran out of cash. They couldn't buy their full allotment of tickets to meet the reservation or whatever, so people are trying to buy tickets. They didn't have any.
Yeah, and they had a service outage.
To be them.
They had to borrow $5 million in order to get back online, and I think if you are a Movie Pass holder, you should get out. And AMC is starting its own sort of Movie Pass service in order to compete with it.
The electrician for our building here was telling me he pays like $19 a month, and he gets to go see 3 movies a week. Right. And I'm not sure which one that was, because there's several out there now. But I mean, shoot, $19 a month, and you get to see 3 movies a week.
Yeah, that might be.
You go to 2, and you're already done.
Right. That might be the AMC Stubs stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. AMC Stubs. I don't know. I think that's a racket.
Well. Hey, you get in the advance line, the VIP line for the concessions.
We're on the radio. We always get in the advanced VIP line. What are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking about? I say, I'm with Brian Held. That's what always works for me.
Mm-hmm. Do we have to go to break?
No, we don't. Let's talk about a Magic card, Black Lotus.
Yes.
So one sold on eBay for $87,000. But... the whole reason I put that in there is because that was the wrong story I pulled up, because I was looking for the story that happened like 3 days ago in China. They actually were playing an opening and playing all alpha cards. So they had all these alpha cards from the original 1993 release.
Yeah.
And they're opening it. And it was too funny. I didn't get to pull the audio, but all it would be is people just screaming in ultimate joy and ecstasy as they got the little white gloves on, like he's dealing, like... no change, that kind of thing like at the casino, and slides it over, flips it over, it's like a land, and then the next one, Black Lotus, and the crowd collectively lost its damn mind.
I'll bet. Awesome. Absolutely. And
the funny part is, it was in China though, so I didn't understand everything. But no, here's the one. There was one Gaijin in there who was kind of like, oh yeah.
Nice.
The lonely American. Well, yeah.
And it's exciting though, because Magic celebrates its 25th anniversary next year. Or next month.
It's only 25 years old?
25, 93, yeah.
Me math no good.
Right. But I mean, it's amazing to think, and you and I were hanging out at War Games of Fantasy back then.
1993 is the year I graduated high school. So, like, when I went up to Southeastern, well, no. I went to UNO first, and then I got in trouble, and then I went up to Southeastern. And that's where I played a lot of Magic and got in trouble there.
All right. Well,
then I went to Delgado and got more trouble.
I was hanging out at War Games of Fantasy.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
Yes. And I remember when Magic came out. I remember when they got a box and a counter. I'm like, yeah, I don't want any of that.
Fallen Empires. That's when I kind of really got in, and I bought boxes upon boxes of Fallen Empires.
Right.
Crappiest expansion ever.
Yeah.
But I got a boatload of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you remember when you and I would spend all our tip money on Vampire Masquerade cards?
I do. Premier Athletic Club.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody was there working out, trying to get buff. Brian and I are eating po' boys, smoking cigarettes. Screw you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We should go to a break.
Okay, let's go to a break. And when we get back, we're going to pick up some of this stuff, and we're going to talk about the finals of the Overwatch League.
We are.
Yes. So, guys, stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
boldly going where no bar has gone before. The Bad Wolf is a bar, restaurant, and game shop all in one. You can't beat our specialty drinks, fresh food, and a variety of RPGs, board games, and miniature games for sale or rent. Stop by and hang out, or attend one of our regularly scheduled events, all in a non-smoking environment. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill is located at 2010 O'Connor Street in Gretna, or find us at badwolfbar.com. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill, where everybody knows your game. You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Mata Hari, Agent H21, is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Welcome back to the Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. Like them on Facebook at The Week in Geek Radio Show. Here are your hosts, D Squared and Brian Held.
Welcome back in. This is The Week in Geek. I'm D Squared with
Brian Held.
All right, Brian. So now, since we fired Skungy, I mean, we don't have to play his rejoin, right? We don't have to worry about that.
We don't know.
So we're just gonna keep on keeping on?
Yes. And actually, did you want to talk about this space opera thing? Because you dug into this, and it sounds interesting. I think it's going to be a little contentious, though.
I know. I'm already jacked up. And you want to get me all further on the ledge?
Let's go.
Okay, then. Well, all right. So you started off because the story you told me is what really kind of made me key in on this article, though.
What are we talking about?
About all the directors that are currently...
Right. Okay, so yeah, there's a bunch of directors in Hollywood who are currently very gun-shy of the whole social atmosphere right now, and they are going in and deleting their Twitter accounts. They're even to the point of like, hey, I don't think I said anything bad, but because there are people looking for ammunition out of any source, I'm just going to preemptively delete all of my past 10 years of social, media content to prevent any kind of craziness coming up and bite me in the butt. And it's very weird type atmosphere,
Well, it's Twitter. Twitter is really the major culprit because it's just Twitter is just like the land for going off half-cocked and just, going, hey, you said this in 120 characters or less, you need to die. and or get fired, or just whatever we can do to ruin the rest of your life.
Right.
And look, it happens in the sports world. We were talking about that, where, things that came up 7 to 10 years ago, where, obviously people have moved on from that, especially when some of these people were teenagers or much younger in their careers.
So did you hear the bit about Bobcat Goldthwait?
No, what was that about?
So basically, he's coming to the defense of James Gunn's firing by Disney.
Okay.
And he put out this huge tweet saying, hey, Disney, I went ahead. I voiced one of your new attractions that's about to come out at Disney World. Why don't you go ahead and remove my voice from that? Because I don't want you to be hypocritical about stuff that I said, way back in the day that was very contentious or what. Because, you remember Bobcat Goldthwait back in the day was kind of crazy and wild, and who,
Imagine
the heck.
Sam Kinison. Oh! Get on the ride!
Maybe he died just in time.
Maybe so. Wow, that was dark, Brian. Good on you.
Oh, jeez.
But no, all right. So Neil Asher is an English author, and what kind of hit home to me when I was reading this article is that he doesn't go to cons anymore. He doesn't involve himself in social media anymore because he is afraid that when he goes out there and starts talking with people, that either A, they're going to be offended, or B, get the wrong idea, or just C, just basically ignore him. And then all of those are worst case scenarios. So he no longer does the con circuit. He doesn't go out there. He withdrew from social media. He lets his books do his talking. And a lot of his books were either, had very libertarian type views.
All right.
And so he's a very middle of the road kind of guy. But on Twitter, you're either far left or far right. There's no in between. And I know we're not talking really politics here, but we're talking all of the above.
Right.
And it seems, especially for people like you and I, we're on the radio, we go to these conventions a lot. I know I say crazy crap all the time. I'm not worried about somebody coming after me, but authors who are out there doing this stuff, this is their craft. You're going to literally have like book burnings before, because it's happened before,
right,
where people get so upset. And I think what's happening now is not just because of Twitter. I think it's just the natural progression of I'm offended, and everything is easily pointed at. Like, this is wrong. You need to pay. And there's no gray. It's all black and white. It's like you put it on Twitter, you must absolutely believe it. Like, sarcasm is dead. So many comedians have just kind of stopped. And I don't really have a solution for this, but I'm seeing that might be a solution right there, because he's not alone. Neil Asher, he's not alone. Several authors do not go to these events because people hold up their books and say, oh, you believe this. Or, try to bring them over to their cause, what have you. And I just think that we're getting to a point where you can't win. You can't win. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, someone will always be righteously angry about something.
And it's unfortunate because we learn through communication and discourse, and even if something bothers you, right, then you still need to be able to. You can't just pull out the pitchforks.
Well, no, right. Twitter does not create discourse. It creates disharmony. There's no back and forth on Twitter. It's declarative statements only is what Twitter is.
Right.
And Twitter has had a hugely detrimental effect. The only thing Twitter is good for is getting breaking news, because Twitter's a hell of a lot faster than any other news source I've ever found. That's one of the only reasons I'm on Twitter, is for breaking news. But other than that, it's declarative statements. They're not questions. They have these, these farcical, Twitter polls. It's, but that's the issue. And I think it's already bleeding in. And what really kind of struck me was with Comic-Cons, all these directors that aren't going there now. They're avoiding them.
Yeah.
You've got, this is just, he's not a major author. He's pretty big in England. I haven't read his books, but I want to now. But, he's not going, look, like Contraflow. God, I love that damn convention.
Yeah.
And it's all a bunch of book nerds, and we all sit around and talk about stuff. We have ideas. We have discourse. And it's friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
Because nobody in everybody in that con has completely different sets of values and everything.
Absolutely, yes.
But we all come together and we have great conversations, walk away. Nobody's angry. Nobody's like, oh, I'm never going to talk to him again. It's like, hey, great conversation, man.
Well, the anonymity of the keyboard
Well,
kind
that too.
of gets people amped up, and people fire off all kind of insanity on the internet. Now, did you want to say anything about this guy's book at all, or just the general gist of?
No, just his actions and how he relates to his fan base and the world at large is what kind of struck me. Because when you brought up the thing about the directors deleting their entire accounts just on the off chance they might have said an off-color remark.
Right, and I'm waiting to see news about Dave Bautista getting fired from Disney too, because he will not let it go. He is just giving Disney what for constantly.
Once huge corporations start reacting to the pitchforks, then creative outlets are going to get crushed. What happens when Drew, you get told your lyrics to sing. You can only use these list of words. That's the only the only lyrics you can use in your songs.
Yeah, well, that's when the art dies.
Yeah.
Hey, so we need to talk about the Overwatch League real quick.
Oh, crap.
Yes. So London Spitfire creating history Saturday when
they did. The Limeys won. Good on you. Woo!
We were pulling for Philly, and, dude, they just couldn't pull it out. I didn't get to see the Saturday game. I watched the Friday night game at MechaCon at the bar. They were playing it on ESPN.
Shocking news. I was angry about something. Imagine that.
Right.
But in retrospect, it played so early in the day. I don't like the fact that they're doing both matches on Saturday.
Right.
I think they probably should have done it Saturday and Sunday. Like tonight should have been the final or not at all.
ESPN replayed it in prime time.
That's fine. I don't care. But why would I want to watch a replay of it? I don't even watch replays of Saints games. Come on.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. It's a worldwide phenomenon. How many people watched it? 70 million, you said?
It was
some obscene number.
20,000 at the Barclays Center and 7 million worldwide.
7 million worldwide. So that's the thing. It's a worldwide phenomenon. So 3 p.m. Pacific and what time they have in Japan, I don't know. So whatever,
Right.
So I'm not as angry.
Oh, that's cool. That's
shockingly enough. I found something
to
actually calm myself.
Right. Well, if you want more Overwatch League action, their All-Star game is going to be played on August 25th and 26th. I'm sure you'll be able to catch that on Twitch and ESPN and Disney XD and ABC. And then the World Cup. There's 24 teams representing 24 different countries.
Soccer?
No, the World Cup for Overwatch.
Oh, okay, good.
And that's going to be at the end of August in September, and then they're going to culminate the entire thing at BlizzCon in November, and I think that's super cool. And that'll probably be right when they're going to announce Season 2 of the Overwatch League.
Oh, damn it, we forgot. Paris got a team and Jeonju got a team.
Yes, and Atlanta, it looks like it's going to get a team.
Friggin' Atlanta! Why would you bring that up? Go to break!
All right, guys. When we get back, our very special guest, Dreux Blalock, and Megan Geeck from Suzaku 7. Stay tuned. You are listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Friggin' Atlanta! Gone before. The Bad Wolf is a bar, restaurant, and game shop all in one. You can't beat our specialty drinks, fresh food, and a variety of RPGs, board games, and miniature games for sale or rent. Stop by and hang out, or attend one of our regularly scheduled events, all in a non-smoking environment. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill is located at 2010 O'Connor Street in Gretna, or find us at badwolfbar.com. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill, where everybody knows your game. Meet the adoptable animals from the Louisiana SPCA at our off-site adoption event on Saturday, August 4th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Clearview Mall in Metairie. Adoption counselors and volunteers will be on hand to help you select the perfect rescue pet. Also, a bake sale will be held to benefit the Special Needs Fund. For more information about adoption, visit www.la-spca.org/adopt.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Belle Chase Highway today.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. This is Brian Held with
T-Squared.
And joining us in studio live is Dreux Blalock and Megan Geeck from Suzaku 7. How are you doing, guys?
Thank you.
Well, we're awesome. Dave cut your mics on too late.
What?
So
we get to say hello again? Hello.
Yes,
awesome. Cool. All right, so both of you guys, let's kind of start at the beginning. Both of you have been involved in the geek music community in this city for a very long time. Let's start with you, Dreux. How did you get started?
In the actual geek music community for about 20 years now. When I first started in the horror punk band Antarctica versus the World, and it just blossomed from there. I know, right?
All right.
That's forever ago.
God.
And Megan, what about you?
I'm a baby in the community, I guess. Dreux pulled me in about 7 years ago.
All right,
the rest is history.
And did he pull you in for Suzaku 7?
He did.
All right, so how did that idea come out, and like what is Suzaku 7?
So Suzaku 7 is started off as a anime theme song cover band, and funny story, since you have just went to the 2-Minute Cage show, it really started as kind of a brainchild between me and Melissa Crory. And it was like we wanted to do this whole show thing together. It was like, oh yeah, we'll do all these anime songs, and it's like, do we know a singer? Well, she and I had played in this wonderful little like short-term goth band called Coco Malade with this viola player whose name was Megan.
All right.
And well, Megan will tell the story of how she ended up becoming our friends, which is a really funny story. But it was like, maybe she'll be able to, sing for us, and she'll explain how all that went down real quick.
Just proof that New Orleans nerd community is so teeny tiny. I was at a show for Aural Vampire, which is one of my favorite Japanese bands.
All right.
Like an electro pop duo. I think actually they have a full band now. But anyway, I met Melissa there and the other member of our gothic Lolita band because we were all dressed in Lolita fashion at the time, and of course gravitated to each other. And they're like, hey, do you happen, we were trying to start this band. I'm like, well, I have a viola. And they're like, well, that's perfect because we're a Lolita band.
Cool.
So, Dreux walks in the room, I guess the first practice in, and before he even talks, his cell phone goes off, and it's Forces from Berserk, which is my favorite anime, and we've been best friends ever since. So.
That's cool. All right, so you guys cover anime type music. Now, you said it was covers. Are you doing original stuff?
So we did our first ever original, which actually wasn't even anime based. It was Shut Up Hufflepuff, which started off as a joke because we all love Harry Potter, And we have one member of our band who is definitely a Hufflepuff named Josh. And I know you're listening right now, so shut up, Hufflepuff.
I'm wearing my Slytherin stuff right now, just so you know.
But my wife's going to like you because she's a Slytherin too.
And it started off as a joke. We would like sit there and he's always like talk. I'm like, shut up, Hufflepuff. And then he actually sat down and wrote lyrics to it. And next thing you know, we ended up writing Shut Up, Hufflepuff. And through that, slowly other original songs came, went, ideas. And then we wrote I Wish I Had a Gundam last year. And that's now spawned into what will hopefully be a full concept album coming soon, which will be great if we can come up with it.
Well, and you mentioned 2019 for Anna Meteor is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, so that's going to be our first ever full concept, like, original album.
This thing's been 7 years in the making. Back when we first started as a band, I'm a huge Gundam Wing fan. I mean, like, our current arc is Gundam, and we went with Gundam 00 because I refused to wear spandex pants on stage, basically. But the costumes were just more appropriate for the stage. But huge Gundam Wing fan. So back when we first got started, I said, we should really name our first CD Project Meteor, basically Project Anna Meteor. And so now we're finally going to have a Project Anna Meteor.
And I do think that's cool that you guys, I love the costumes when you guys perform because you look like you stepped out of friggin' a Voltron lion, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody around here locally did those for you?
Those were from China, but we have had locals make our very first set of clothes from Fushigi Yugi was locally made.
Yeah, those were actually made by Boo Scary Boutique.
Okay. All right.
Old Tessie.
Yeah.
Then we had like the whole idea behind that project.
I've made several of my own.
Yes, she has. The whole idea behind Project Anna Meteor is actually, you said Voltron, it's really funny, is we went with the whole Voltron kind of esque theme. We had the Zentai team where we have the original 4 members of the, like, we're hardcore Gundam pilots, but we're really, and then, we have the leader who's going to be, a certain color. And instead of going by names, we're all going to go by colors, like Suzaku, this, Suzaku, that. And then we're going to have a new member come in as the leader who will be our Suzaku Blue, and she's going to be the really hardcore, like, knows everything, and we're not going to like her. And we're going to follow every anime trope you can think of to follow it through the we have a whole story arc that's going to go with it, and every song is going to be part of what kind of trope you can think of for an anime. It's going to be hilarious.
So let's switch gears real quick. Future Knots, I got to ask you about that. That's another band that you guys are involved with, right?
That's over on my side. So the Future Knots is myself and the guitar player from Suzaku 7, who have banded together with the singer and guitar player from COG, Consortium of Genius, and also Billy, the keyboard player from Consortium of Genius.
All right.
And Future Knots has been around for about a year now. And we're basically like a space and time travel themed rock band.
All right.
So we're from the year 1 million. Actually, like we've been discussing recently, like my character in Future Knots is actually really just the same character as the Suzaku 7, but from like a different multiverse,
yes,
as it were. So it's been a really great collaboration. Judith and Joe and Billy are super talented. Of course, Consortium of Genius kind of is we like to refer to them as our parent band. So we're really close with those guys, and they're amazingly talented. So it's been a great project.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, Consortium of Genius played at our 5th anniversary party, so that was super cool.
I love those guys.
I think, was that them? I don't remember much from that.
I know you don't, Dave.
They played a great show, just so you know.
All right, good.
Suzaku 7, Future Knots, both bands will be playing August 9th with Miss Gigi Edgely and her brother Jake, right? Tell us about this whole Wonderland tour and your part in it.
Hold on. Squeak! Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. Carry on.
So we'll be at Southport Hall August 9th. I keep telling people the 7th or something.
No, it's the 9th.
The 9th.
Thursday the 9th.
I gotta remember, now I have to know what's going on August 7th, and I'm gonna be like completely forgetting about it. But it's so basically the funny story behind this is, as you heard the squee, Megan is a huge fan of Farscape and a huge fan of Gigi Edgely, and she was at SciFicon, as y'all know, this past week, and we were playing SciFicon, and basically Megan heard that she was doing a tour and she was looking for places to play, and I'm sitting behind the SciFiCon, like our table at SciFiCon, and I get grabbed by the hand and she's like, let's go to the table right now. I was like, what? And from then it was like, can you book a show? And Megan has pretty much been heading it since then. I just kind of booked the venue and it's all been Megan since.
I'm trying.
She's trying. She's learning the ins and outs of how it is to book a show, and she's leaning how stressed it is to do that kind of thing.
There's always the logistics behind the scenes.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. So, Gigi Edgely, Jake Edgely are coming in town.
They're coming in town. It's going to be a wonderful show. If you go to, was it Wonderland.love?
Yes.
I was like, it wasn't .rocks. That's us.
That's
Wonderland.
us.
Yeah, Wonderland.love. And it's like, at first I was like, all right, Rockstar playing, because I've watched Dog Star with Keanu Reeves. 30 Seconds to Mars is okay. I like them. They're famous. That's like an exception to the rule. But most of the time when you see a star that actually goes on and does their own rock thing, it's like it's a shot in the dark. You don't know if it's actually be good or not. But, she has her videos and all that of exactly what they sound like. And I never realized that Jake Edgely was like on The Voice Australia.
Right.
And Australia's Got Talent.
Yeah, or Australia's Got Talent. And I was like, wow, this is
they're
really,
amazing.
really good.
Oh, yeah.
And the amazing thing about the tour is it's all fan produced, more or less. Like Gigi just put the call out there that we really want to do this thing. It's not through booking agents. Like she specifically said, we really want a small venue with a small number of people because it's from the heart, and we want to communicate with you guys on a one-to-one level or just through our music. So it's been a really amazing, like we're communicating with her, helping her get accommodations set up. And I just know she's going to be walking around in the audience. The other super cool thing is you can go on her website, and the way that you purchase tickets is you go on a contact form and you shoot Gigi some love and let her know how many tickets you want, and she emails you back directly. Like, it's really, really cool, and it's that extra step of personal interaction outside of like a PayPal form, right?
Right.
Yeah,
and tickets are $25, right?
No, they're actually $15 for New Orleans.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I was able to finagle that. I
Nice.
was like, it's New Orleans, but the Big Easy, it's a really cool area. Also because I was able to finagle some other stuff, basically saying that, it's a really cool aspect. And I also said that we would have a lot more people, so buy more tickets.
Right.
But, as far as the personal thing goes, my roommate, she's like Megan, she loved Gigi Edgely, and she bought her tickets online. After she got the personal email back, she has printed it out, went to Walmart, bought a frame.
Oh, nice.
Put the email in a frame.
That's awesome. All right. So tickets, wonderland.love.
Yes.
And there's a contact form on there. I guess you could just click on the tour date itself for New Orleans and get to the
Yes.
form, buy your tickets. $15. That's going to be Southport Hall, August 9th.
Yes.
Yes, it's the front room of South, or the deck. Is
Deck.
what they call it?
Yes.
The
Deck room.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how can folks find out more about Suzaku 7 and the Futurnauts?
The Suzaku 7, we have a website. That's actually suzaku7.rocks, ROCKS, because why not, right?
Right.
We're pretty active on Facebook. So if you look up the Suzaku 7 or Futurnauts, not the Futurnauts, because there's a different one out there.
Okay.
I think they're authors, though. I think you'll notice the difference.
Right. Cool. All right. Yeah, authors give us a different kind of rock. So, all right, good deal. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to come by the studio and talk to us about this wonderful tour that's coming to New Orleans. Guys, don't miss it. Get your tickets now at wonderland.love. And stay tuned. When we come back from these short commercial messages, we'll close out the show as we always do with This Week in Geek History. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends. Boldly going where no bar has gone before. The Bad Wolf is a bar, restaurant, and game shop all in one. You can't beat our specialty drinks, fresh food, and a variety of RPGs, board games, and miniature games for sale or rent. Stop by and hang out, or attend one of our regularly scheduled events, all in a non-smoking environment. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill is located at 2010 O'Connor Street in Gretna, or find us at badwolfbar.com. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill, where everybody knows your game. Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Mata Hari, Agent H21, is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
Earth, America, Indiana, Hawkins. A growing patriotic community and a shining example of the American dream. Today, Hawkins is taking another step into the future with the brand new Starcourt Mall. Families, friends.
Now, back to the Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5. WRNO with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Yeah, you'll definitely want to tell your enemies.
Including the Gap.
Welcome back. This is the Week in Geek. Brian, it's Stranger Things.
And Sam Goody.
You look so confused.
Oh.
When the
Starcourt Mall has it all.
Okay.
Starcourt Mall.
Gotcha.
And don't forget.
Everybody just looks so confused there in the studio.
Yes, I was wondering what the heck you were playing over there.
DJ showed it to me.
Oh, that's cool.
My kid has uses. Who the fuck?
Oh, jeez.
I know. He's like, have you seen the new Stranger Things trailer? And I had not, and I saw it in the car on the way over here.
Well,
so I thought I'd share.
Okay, cool. Well, how can folks find out more about us, Dave?
Well, I like people. I like places. Oh, as always, we strongly urge you to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and the Instagram is The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, if you missed any part of tonight's show or you want to catch your favorite part again, like when I'm speaking.
That's mine, too. I love that part.
You can catch us on Spreaker.com or download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. We're also on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Castbox, I was told this weekend.
Castbox?
Yes, somebody was like, you never mentioned Castbox when you do the show.
What the hell is Castbox?
I don't know. It's an app, and they're listening to us on it, and that's all that matters.
Hi, Castbox.
And at WRNO.com.
This week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future!
Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, read by Brian Held. Available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
All right. This one out of the gate I put in here to see how you would react to it. So,
I hate you.
On July 23rd, 1995, sees the discovery of the comet Hale-Bopp, which will become visible to the naked eye nearly a year later. Does this ring any bells for you, Dave? This was the comet that supposedly had a UFO behind it that a group of cultists were going to hitch a ride on.
Oh, my God, no.
You
See, I don't care about cultists.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
We're cleaning out the gene pool.
Right, so
Let's
they-
get another comet. Come on, comets. Come on down. It's the Darwin Awards. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
And
Tonight on The Week in Geek, is there another comet in the stars? We'll find out from Brian Held. Brian, tell us what we're expecting.
oh, Jesus. I can't even focus when you play that music, Dave.
Sorry.
All right, on July 24th, 1948. The character of Marvin the Martian debuts in the short Looney Tunes cartoon Haredevil Hare.
What?
Yes.
What was that?
I don't know. What is that?
This could it be?
I don't know.
You tell me.
Is this what I asked you to pull earlier? No.
It's Tom Jones.
Oh, jeez.
You asked for the song. It's not. I didn't pick who sang it. It's Duck Dodgers.
It is? Well, that follows up my next item.
I was promised an earth-shattering kaboom. Where was my earth-shattering kaboom?
Right. On July 25th, 1953,
Flash!
the cartoon Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century, directed by Chuck Jones, is released. It features Daffy Duck as Duck Dodgers, Porky Pig, and Marvin the Martian. And, of course, it is one of the most famous of the Warner Brothers Merry Melodies cartoons. And in 2003, after many years of cult status, it was spun off into its own animated series.
What?
Yes.
And Suzaku 7's going to do a cover of it?
You heard it here first.
We heard it here first.
Yes.
We don't know if it's true, but we heard it here.
Absolutely.
What?
All right. Now this one's cool. This one's a local one.
Suzaku 7 makes a new song. Duck Dodgers of the 24th and a half century. Okay, sorry. What's up? What's going on? I'm confused. What's going on?
They said they're playing
They're
DuckTales.
just going to play DuckTales if you ask for anything related
I'm
to
good with
ducks.
that.
Dude, we play it like 12 times a show. It's great.
All right, what's
All right. July 26th, 1896. The first movie theater in the United States opens, and admissions are only 10 cents.
Was it a talkie picture show?
Yes. However, the first storefront theater in the U.S. dedicated exclusively to showing motion pictures was Vitascope Hall. It was established on Canal Street in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Shut the front
On
door.
July 26th, yes. And it was converted from a vacant store. So there you go.
Wow, see, we're making use of those vacant stores.
Well, you know,
It's not just for hobos anymore.
they're vacant again, though. That was in 1896.
You saying they didn't have hobos in 1896?
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They
All right.
had those little knapsacks with a stick
All right,
and a
we-
handkerchief.
We got to move.
All right, moving on.
On July 27th, 1997, Stargate SG-1 begins its run on Showtime, picking up 2 years after the end of Stargate's feature film. And lastly, because we don't have a lot of time, is July 27th, 2007. Felicia's Day's web series, The Guild, premieres on YouTube.
Yay!
Yes, and we love The Guild. All right, birthdays, you ready?
Yes.
23rd, Daniel Radcliffe. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, you
That's Harry
say?
Potter, yes. And, of
I
course,
like the spinoff better.
happy birthday to Harry Potter, right? On the 23rd, Woody Harrelson. 24th, Chris Sarandon. Prince Humperdinck.
Oh, Humperdinck, Humperdinck, Humperdinck.
Yes.
He's also in Fright Night. Best movie ever.
Yeah. On the 26th, Nana Visitor. Keira Knightley.
Deep Space Nine.
Yes. 26th, Stanley Kubrick.
Never heard of him.
Right. And on the 29th, Will Wheaton
Your man crush.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, baby.
All right. Next week, I'm still working on the final booking, but our
Will
guest.
Wheaton agrees to meet Brian Held in a secluded, abandoned building filled with hobos. Only on the Weekend Geek.
It's going to be John Dixon, author of The Point. I'm still trying to work on booking that.
All right, Brian Held, Will Wheaton, Abandoned Lot, next week on The Weekend Geek. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
Your new home for Walton and Johnson. News Talk 99.5 WRNO FM, New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.